Why did the U.S. Navy give a Russian submarine a kiss? Just hours ago, U.S. Navy jets finished turning Iran's entire Strait of Hormuz blockade into a very expensive underwater reef. But on the way back, a P-8 Poseidon sensors lit up with something quiet and Russian, sitting dark and still just beneath the surface of a war zone. It had absolutely no business being in. And the Russian captain knew the one thing that made him completely untouchable. The rules said the U.S. could not sink him without starting a world war. Let's go back 4 days. The Strait of Hormuz. Russians are 30 meters below the surface. It smells exactly the way you would expect it to smell inside a diesel-electric submarine with a crew of 52 Russians who have not seen daylight in 3 days. Down here, a Russian Kilo-class submarine sits perfectly still. It has a front-row seat to something extraordinary. Above, through 30 meters of salt water, a war is happening. Iran has blockaded the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil moves through this waterway. It is 21 miles wide at the narrowest point. Iran decided those 21 miles belonged to it. Iran was wrong. Iran is currently finding out exactly how wrong it was, one burning speedboat at a time. The Russian captain has been watching all of it. Were Iranian gunboats harassing tankers? He watched it. Were Iranian drones spiraling across the sky like angry bees? He watched it. Were Iranian Revolutionary Guard commanders giving dramatic speeches about how they will never allow a single liter of oil to reach America's allies? He watched that too. He even watched the part when the U.S. Navy showed up and started disagreeing with them at high velocity. He was taking notes. He noted ship movements. He noted U.S. carrier group patrol patterns. He noted tanker schedules. He noted radar coverage gaps. All of it goes directly back to Tehran in real time. He is the eye that Iran officially does not have. He is about to have the worst week of his entire naval career for putting U.S. troops in harm's way. Here is what the Russian captain believes. He believes his Kilo-class submarine is invisible. NATO gave it a nickname. They call it the Black Hole. This is not because it destroys everything nearby, although that would be a great reason. It is because when this submarine runs on battery power, it is nearly acoustically silent. It is almost impossible to hear. It is almost impossible to track. It is almost invisible in the dark water. Russia is very proud of this. Here is what Russia does not say out loud. The Kilo class was great by 1980s standards. It works considerably less well against a $129 million submarine hunting supercomputer, the U.S. Boeing P-8 Poseidon. It has been sitting at 25,000 feet above the Strait of Hormuz for the last 3 days. From the outside, the P-8 looks like a regular commercial passenger jet. It has the same shape. It has the same engines. The only difference is that a regular passenger jet cannot drop a torpedo, does not carry $129 million worth of underwater surveillance equipment, and does not have passengers specifically trained to find and destroy submarines. Other than that, they are identical. The P-8 carries devices called sonobuoys. It drops them into the water. They sink, then they listen, then they talk. They transmit everything they hear back to the aircraft, which processes the acoustic data and produces what is essentially a GPS map of every submarine within range. The P-8 crew has been collecting acoustic data on this specific Russian submarine for 72 hours. They know this submarine's exact acoustic fingerprint. They have more data on this submarine than the Russian Navy has on file. The Russian captain has no idea. Above him, the P-8 crew is watching his every move. The call comes 30 minutes after the last Iranian asset burns. The P-8 mission commander gets the order. The order is short. The order is clean. Deal with the Russian submarine, but do not start a world war. He reads it twice. Then he picks up the intercom. The pilot banks the P-8 toward the last known position of the Russian sub. He descends to a lower patrol altitude. He lines up directly over the contact point. He tells the sensor operator what he wants. He asks for one sonobuoy. The P-8 crosses directly overhead at 500 feet. The buoy drops. Here is something they do not teach you in school. Sound moves through water approximately 5 times faster than it moves through air. This matters because inside a submarine, there is no warning before a sonobuoy hits the water above you. There is no radar alert. There is no time to brace. There is just silence. And then there is the sound. Imagine a church bell. Now imagine someone hits that church bell with another church bell. You are standing directly underneath it. That is approximately what a close sonobuoy impact sounds like inside a submarine. Every man on that boat feels it in his teeth before he hears it with his ears. His hands are shaking. They are not shaking from fear. They are shaking from the vibration that just ran up through the console.